Alright, so you want to hear a funny story before we
Yeah, I'm down.
get into it? So I fell down the stairs last night.
Dang, brother.
Yeah, I kind of fucked my knee up again.
Oh,
That's fun.
serious
I think I
injury?
have a entire professional clinical doctor to fix myself for the upteenth time.
Nice.
Isn't that fun?
Oh, 100% fun.
Yeah. You know what else is fun?
What's that?
Talking about Mons. Welcome back to the PR podcast, everybody.
Yes,
It's your
welcome.
favorite duo. We're back again. And this week was really funny. I mean, no other way to kind of describe it. We'll get into the funny stuff later, but we're gonna start off with a great set.
Oh, yeah, definitely a fantastic quality set here.
Yeah.
In fact, it
we're
was
gonna-
so high quality that the competitors even got a little into it. It's kind of funny being there in voice in person.
Yeah, you know that's what it's all about. You know.
Really got the adrenaline rushing.
Yeah. So we'll start off with leads. We see Celebi and Zapdos. Now this is an ADV looking lead.
Mm-hmm.
So we gonna see a leech seed. So we see that Celebi is faster and an immediate agility from Zap.
I think Will's crazy for doing this on turn one.
On turn 1, switches to Nidoking to take a bajillion damage and
And
basically
dies.
just die.
Yeah, I was
Yep.
like, yeah.
Like, hey man, you know, good on you for just being like, I'm gonna do damage. But then you remember that like Celebi is a psychic type.
Yeah. That's the
And that-
hardest part.
Yeah, and that
Can't just see
presumable
that.
HP Ice did nothing. So I don't really know what Zapdos is doing here. I feel like Will has better answers to Celebi on his team, especially now that like if you know he wants to BP out, he's going to take the lead seat with him. And we see the Celebi. We see all its moves.
Yep.
Very very passive, but also very annoying. It's hard to get off the field.
Yeah, there's only one mom that could have dealt with it, and I can assure you it is not in this set.
Yeah. So we see a little imprison action. But Slowbro doesn't care, so he can't set up. But Missy
Yeah.
can.
I'm not a big fan of imprison when, like, you know your opponent's going to have coverage that you're not imprisoning right away, but then I guess you could just crit.
Yeah, you know, it's one of those things where you just say fuck it and you do it anyway.
I don't think Slowbro has been allowed to, like, stay on the field in any game in maybe the last, like, 4 weeks for whoever's been using him. Every time they get crit.
It's one of those things where I just think people are tired of getting beat up by Calm Mind Waters, so we're just adapting to them.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Skill issue and all that.
True.
But yeah, if you don't want to get crit with your Calm Minder, make sure you just get a fast one.
Yeah, just don't get crit. That, you know, that's always an option too.
Yeah, can't get crit if you don't get hit. And it's a bear.
There's Bear. +2 speed. The Bear is here. Now he's got a leech seed on him.
Did you know that bear does not in fact care? Because watch this.
Yeah. That protect was a bad play.
Yep. Agreed.
Yeah. You gotta
Obviously,
choke
you're
this thing.
thinking, oh, it's banded, right? And I don't want to get hit by HP bug. But
Even still.
you don't know that yet. You don't know if it's Swords Dance. If it's Swords Dance, that's terrifying.
Yeah. And Will goes for it again.
Yeah, Will in this case blew my mind by hitting SD again.
There was no reason to hit it again.
My best guess for him hitting SD twice was because he knew he didn't have a coverage move to one-shot Celebi.
I guess. Because even now, Celebi's going to stall this thing out.
Right, so he could have Swords Dance, like, here, gotten a +4. He was brave, but now, return spam at
57.
Yeah, it's pretty good damage.
Very good damage. And almost start healing up nicely. And then goes down, and now Celebi is going to finish this thing off with the soul sucking.
So,
Bottom.
Earth's Ring has Swords Dance, Return Earthquake, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we haven't seen its fourth move?
We have not seen its move, and we can assume it is not HP Bug.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember what it would have been then.
Strong enough.
Oh, I bet it's HP Ghost for Mischievous.
Yeah, that'd be very likely.
Yeah.
We see HP Flying from Aerodactyl, which a lot of times, like even in standard play, you see HP Bug on Arrow or like HP Fighting to hit, you know, Tyranitar's Blissey harder.
I can assure you that HP Bug does not. Like, the HP Flying, just because it's stabbed, does about as much, which is silly.
Yeah, but it also hits Hariyama, which is always nice.
Yep.
So this Celebi is really just doing whatever it wants. It's kind of dominating this set so far. So Will's got to figure out, you know, how is he gonna How's he gonna break this thing? And a
That's a
critical
start.
hit is a pretty good answer.
But of course, you just looked at the turn order there, and you notice that Celebi gets to recover first.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a problem.
Yeah.
So Will's only out at the moment from what looks to be his 2 mons on the field is 2 crit HP flying with Aerodactyl.
Yeah, pretty much. And then we see
Oh,
Roselia. This guy probably should have been out a lot sooner.
Fortress moment.
But now, Will has put himself in a predicament. He's paralyzed the Guts Pokemon, and well,
You know what that means.
we've seen this one before. All you gotta do is crit it, knock him off. Big damage, huge, gigantic damage. There's the spikes. Yeah, should be doing that. And he aromatherapy, which is nice to get rid of toxics. And Hariyama still hasn't done anything.
Yeah, kind of waiting for the Toriyama just to take it down. Like, what's he waiting for?
It's just like, come on, man. You know, do your thing. Hit your moves. And Aerodactyl is in to presumably finish off Hariyama. And here comes the last. It is Dragonite, who is going to DD and clean this game.
Well, you would think, right? But then Corey reveals HP Rock, which it's pretty funny because Dragonite does not get access to Rock Slide. So if he didn't have HP Rock and he was running a more standard set, he would not have been able to kill that Zapdos that turn.
Yeah.
So good information.
Which, I mean, it's one of those things you look at Will's team and go, yeah, Rock's pretty good.
Yeah, turns out Rock plus whatever else Dragonite wants to run, kind of perfect coverage.
Turns out Dragonite just can make perfect coverage out of nothing, because that's what
Hey, is that UUBL Ments? Sure is.
It sure is. Alright, so here we go into game 2. How is Will going to adapt to Celebi doing what it wants? Dry PP. I'm surprised that Corey did not just go right for Leech Seed. I guess maybe thinking Roselia is going to come in on the first turn. But Roselia's not really in a position where it can come in.
Yeah.
And then Will makes a good play. Goes back to Zapdos.
Oh, the
Pressure on with T-Bolt. And this is the most specially defensive Hariyama I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that thing was maxed out.
Yeah, I would think. And then knocking off Zap, super huge. Now those Leech Seeds and everything are going to stick.
One of these days someone's going to run like Choice Band Hariyama, right? Like, someone will do it.
Yeah, I mean, he certainly can, but, you know.
Yeah, so many sets that I think we underutilize because we just see a lot of knockoff / special defensive Hariyamas lately. Like, hey, you know, whatever works.
Need, though. You know?
That's what you need. I just want to see more fun. Also, it looks like while we're recording this, we're getting another game in progress.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, right now. And we see something kind of funny here, which is Nidoking not having a coverage move for Mischievous. So Sludge Bomb was the only play there.
So what do we see? We see EQ Sludge Bomb. We
yeah.
Can see anything else.
You know it has Mega Horn because otherwise why would it be here?
That's right. That's right. That's right.
That's why it's Celebi was scared of it. But I'm actually like in Will's position here. I'm looking like you just lost one of your only 2 Celebi counters, and you immediately switch in your Ursaring here, your other Celebi counter, and get it paralyzed. And I'm thinking, oh, is this game over already?
Ursaring is still doing big damage, and Mischievous goes down, and...
Is he doing big damage, Matt? Well,
you would think, but he's enduring.
When Corey does this, and I'm not sure what's going on here.
I don't know. Maybe he saw something.
Maybe he thought his Earthquake wouldn't kill.
But he's got Protect to scout out the Aerodactyl move, which is really cool.
And then he forgets how that works.
Yes, you cannot do that.
It'd be kind of funny if you could protect Durstall for, what, 32 turns in a row?
Yeah, but thinking about it, like, Doug doesn't really offer that much, especially with the agility passing. It's like you pick off Roselia, and that's it.
You pick off Roselia, you pick off Nidoking. It's pretty important.
Yeah. But even so, like, if we're
so force Zapdos out.
Missing Toxic.
Oh, big miss there.
And now Slowbro is primed to do his thing. But Will is a greedy man. He keeps setting up.
Well, looking at who's left, right? Celebi can't touch this thing.
No, but the Leech Seed certainly does help. But we don't know, Slowbro's coverage and...
$5 it has rest.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. But even if it doesn't have rest, and let's say it has Flamethrower right here, like, this Celebi's dead.
Yeah, I think it's interesting that Corey just let Omastar go down, because now, even if you get in a position where you get Slowbro off the field, Aerodactyl just sweeps.
Yeah.
At this
Well,
point.
kind of sweeps, right? Because you can Leech Seed Protect stall it out with Celebi. If you're, with Recover, Leech Seed Protect, you have enough time to take the safe blind.
It gets risky for sure.
Mm-hmm. But the toxic damage starting to add up a bit, and Will reveals that he is indeed rest.
And he goes to bed, and
now Corey attempts.
Like, I gotta do something. He subs, which is cool. So we got a sub DD going on.
Yep.
And I don't know what moves this Dragonite has.
Do you think they one-shot Slowbro?
It's not that one.
That was a crit too. My God.
That was a crit. That's Slowbro.
All right, well, we can effectively throw this game in the bag now. I'm not sure why Corey is playing this one out, but he is hitting Psychic for 6 damage.
You know what? And that's how it is sometimes.
He even got a special defense drop in one of those turns.
He did, which is always nice to get. So game 3, I feel like Will has kind of been like, all right, Slowbro is really good. I can't just throw him away.
Mm-hmm.
And Corey needs to be more aggressive with Celebi. As aggressive as a leech recover kind of.
So here's Roselia getting leech seeded.
Things you don't
see rare moments in advanced history.
Dodge and stun spore, so right off the bat, no spikes. Will is not in the best position.
Yeah, that was a unfortunate usage of Roselia, but Corey stays in and gets hit for 50 damage, which is pretty big, honestly.
Yeah. Are we gonna see a protect? We do. So Zapdos is ready to attempt to agility. He's not.
No, he's just gonna start slamming.
Go for crit. That is crit range. Honestly, I don't blame him.
And he goes into Nidoking, which is pretty brave, but gets away with it.
Yeah, it worked out for him. Now, Hariyama's going to take some damage. And here comes a knock.
Who's getting knocked? Zapdos.
Zapdos gets knocked. So, from right here, Will has a matchup that he likes. As funny as it is. So, this Zapdos could definitely make some progress happen with this Hariyama. Like, you take a little bit of damage.
He could have done an agility pass, but he chooses to Thunderbolt instead. Which is fine. He just doesn't get the chance to do it.
What are you going to agility pass to right now? Maybe Nidoking puts Nidoking at 100.
Yeah.
Depending on its last move. How hard is it going to really hit right now?
I mean, Nidoking does have access to moves like Psychic, I think.
Does Nidoking learn Psychic?
It learns everything. Which is a big crit.
There's no way he learns Psychic.
I'm checking.
That's just, I don't believe it.
I feel like Nidoking learns every Gen 1 move in the game. Just happens to be that guy.
There's no way he learned Psychic, because he would have been useful in Gen 1 for that reason.
You know what? You make a really good point, and I think you got me there. He does not learn Psychic. He learns Confusion. That's the funny one. So he learns a close to Psychic move.
Yeah. So Mischievous goes for Calm Mind on the Zapdos agility. And here comes the BP out to Ursaring.
Yeah, big fan of the Ursaring coming in right here.
So, Corey had an opportunity at this turn, right? We've seen the Imprison.
Yep.
And Ursaring's only move he would be able to use that would threaten this Mischievous would be Hidden Power Ghost.
Yep.
Which he can throw off right here, do huge damage.
Yeah.
But Will SDs, and Corey goes for T-Bolt, no para, and all of a sudden, the bear
does not care.
Hair. Yeah, bear does not care.
And Corey knows. He messaged later. He's like, ah, shoot, I should have imprisoned. And, sometimes you just forget about your tech.
Yeah, and that one was a roll on the Omastar. It's like 36% chance to one-shot. Will gets the one-shot, and Bear gets to be the hero of the day. Because Psychic does not kill.
Oh my gosh, it doesn't kill? Wow.
And down goes Celebi.
Ooh, Dragonite, though. I bet he can take a hit.
No, that's
is what I would say.
That's a bear. And then here's Doug. Doesn't even go for the door. Doesn't bother. But he's not.
No, yeah, he will never out the.
Yeah.
He was selecting.
Cleans it up. So, if Corey hit in prison, would definitely been a different game. But he didn't. Will hit the SD on the appropriate turn. Swept the game. Got a good roll. But you know what? He put himself in the position, and he played to his out, and he was rewarded. So.
Yes, finally good to see hyper offense on Will raising its ugly head with, or in this case, its very fluffy head.
Yeah,
compared to Will's more stall-based strategies of the past.
Yeah, he's definitely been playing a more slow-paced game and then being like, okay, Arrow, get him. You know, because we've seen a lot of rest Zapdos, you know, the Dusclops and everything, and slowing the game down. Now we see our Zapdos make the bear very fast and very strong.
And just get him, just break down everything, and then when
get
that
the spikes
fails,
up and kind of just send the speed button, you know, hit the big damage. So it's cool to see that other mode. Definitely adds a depth to a team, which we've seen JT do with his Aerodactyl. He just says, I'm going to kill you at all times. So now we see the Aerodactyl teams really going in on passing speed to other threatening team members, which is great because, you know, Aerodactyl is going to have a lot different counters than, you know, something like an Ursaring. So we go into our next set, and we got THG, Chris, and Jordan, and we see Glalie lead, and we see Registeel. Registeel has definitely been a common lead for Chris recently, and it's been working well. So Glalie is off to a great start, gets up spikes, gets the taunt, is out of here, going into Starmie, eating up the Sky Uppercut. Starmie is in a great position.
Sky Uppercut's a funny move.
Sky Uppercut is a funny move. Also, 44% big damage from Starmie.
Yeah, you gotta like that.
Yeah, with the spike down, Starmie can really just click its buttons. You know, it's like, yeah, that does 8%, but like you're making Registeel come in and take take hits. And now here comes Poliwrath, another water type. This Poliwrath looks really good.
Masquerading as a water type, you mean?
Yeah.
But Chris still respecting it as a water type and going to Quag, which I think is funny.
Yeah.
Because you can assume that's a water going Quag then.
We see Double Edge with 48%.
That's good. That's pretty good damage.
Yeah. So Quag's getting strong. And Jordan switches out, which is interesting.
You know, I don't hate it if this thing has like HP Grass, but or even just like an Ice Beam probably does pretty good damage if you're max threshold Quag.
It's like Quag doesn't have Recover, he has to run Rest.
Yeah.
So like you could just take Poliwrath and be like, okay, go click the Double Edge button again, and if you die, so what, you can revenge kill with literally anything because it's low HP Quag.
It all depends on how much you think that Quag, like, it all really depends on how much you want to save the Poliwrath if you think you need it later.
Yeah.
But yeah, getting Glalie is an interesting switch, I'll say.
Yeah, I was definitely not the mon that I would assume would come in here, but at least it wasn't Blissey.
And speaking of Blissey, here's Blissey.
Yeah. Starting to spread the yellow color, and Chris just explodes.
The most genius Sandstream moment of all time. This is why we love T-Tar.
Blissey would have died to Toxic anyway.
Does Toxic go before lefties?
I don't know. Maybe it would have lasted another turn, but it was good to get the stand up. Now you secure that kill. And
give Quag his residual damage in the form of sand.
Yeah, and a little water absorb is always nice. And now Quag is really in a good position. Jordan's kind of fishing for a freeze at this point.
Yeah, fishing for a freeze, fishing for a good damage roll, but that 28% after lefties is a little too low.
A little too low. You're gonna see freeze, no crit. Starmie goes down, and you look at who's here, and it's not looking great.
Oh, you got to find out who's in the back here. And that's not the one I send in here.
Not the one.
That is too slow. And it was. Oh, but it wouldn't have mattered. Sometimes you got to send something a little fast, right? Like, take out, you see that thing at 15%, just send something in that threatens that kill.
Yeah. Not Dusclops. Dusclops
not Focus Punch Dusclops. Yeah. I think lately Jordan has been crutching a little bit on Dusclops as a... Just, you know, having that Dusclops Blissey usage, but...
Have to bail me out. I messed up with my offensive mons. Please save me, fat dudes.
Right.
Please
but if there's a mon out here that isn't, like, you know, a super fast setup sweeper, if they're just doing a slow setup sweep and they've got, you know, only one half of their stats raised, you've got, at least in this case, you had a few other options you could have gone to even. Such as this Porygon that I assume.
Could have clicked Double Edge. You saw how much it did the first time. It would have done
like,
the 18%.
It would have definitely done enough, yeah.
So Quag is setting up. He's doing big damage. That Earthquake's doing a lot.
That is big damage.
Yeah.
So where's the Quag answer?
Yeah, we're looking... That crit definitely helps speed up the game. But it's not looking great for Jordan right now.
Certainly not.
Certainly, yeah, just getting through Quag in general. Because even at 34%, you're burned. Like now you're known as the one.
You know this game. You know this game is over. Like you see the Mons left. You can effectively pray for a crit or something. But if I'm Jordan, I'm thinking I want to find, or at the very least, if I do have a grass move, I'm keeping that Mon alive at all costs. And if I don't have a grass move, I'm finding the first thing that has like toxic or a special attack, and I'm keeping that thing alive as long as possible because you don't seem to have an answer to this Quagsire at the moment.
And one of those things is keep Starmie alive to handle basically everything else once you chip down Venusaur with the sand up and the spikes down. And then let Starmie kind of clean up the game. Just keep Quag in check, use Poliwrath. You have bulk up. You could kind of 1v1 this guy a little bit.
Yeah.
Especially if you get bulk up first.
If Glalie even had like an explosion at some point, you can explode with Glalie, bring in a counter, and force it out before it sets up too much.
Bingo. So we will go into game 2. We'll see how Jordan adapts to Quagsire. Here's the base, going right to Dusclops, and here comes Gyarados, making his debut this set. He gets up a sub. Cannot get burned. And now Gyarados is just chilling.
And Gyarados is in what we call pole position right now.
Dude, he is in pole position. And throws off a nice HP flying, doing a bajillion damage. And now the Starmie, who is so incredibly important, is he's forced out. And he's at very low HP. And I'm surprised she went right to Starmie and not
Probably thought she was outspeeding it at first, not realizing how fast Gyarados is after a Dragon Dance.
This is why we calc.
Good.
And here he comes.
So Chris did a good read there on the taunt. I like it.
Yeah, and Jordan goes for Ice Beam and not Boom.
Implying that maybe there is no Boom.
Maybe there is no Boom. Stop running Glalies without Boom. God damn it. Jordan, Tim, stop it. If he doesn't explode, he's bad. Anyway.
Hey man, maybe they just don't want their friends to Boom, you know?
No. No, Jordan's still trying to burn this Quagsire, which is, a little... We know it's rest. We know it's going to go on here.
Yeah, I mean, sadly, it seems like it's kind of her only out at the moment. Like, you've got to force it to rest, I guess.
Yeah, or you can just crit it.
Oh, that's a pretty cool out, too, yeah.
Yeah, sometimes that just works. And is Shadow Ball even going to kill? It's not. Good night, Mr. Quag.
That is so sad.
We see Pain Split, so Dusclops can still hang. And we're focus punching on the turn that we wake up. Definitely a decision. But, Dusclops is kind of hanging around. He's doing his best. Now he's gone. And here's Starmie. Is Starmie going to be able to pick it off with the -1 of a death? No. No freeze. Starmie goes down. And this set is over. Jordan has very little way to break through the rest of Chris's team. Even though she did finally conquer Quag.
Hey, Quag's down.
Quag is down.
Yippee!
But at what cost?
So, now what?
Yeah, if bulk up, sure. That's still Gyarados.
Protect that Porygon HP for me.
Yeah, get the... What's he not... Come on.
Yeah, that was an easy Porygon switch a turn ago, rather than letting Poliwrath eat 70.
So,
hey, no Quag, free paralyze, let's go.
There you go.
Kind of funny, because that could have been a sub. But, 50-50s and all that.
It kind of feels weird to say this, like, looking at Chris's team and how he's been building it recently. Like, and he got the Boom into Tyranitar again.
Yep, it's perfect.
I love
perfect
that. Phenomenal. I don't even know if Blissey was to bring to this matchup. Chris is mostly physical.
Honestly, I could see like a counter Blissey doing work. Kind of silly, but
yeah, something like that. Maybe even like a
takes a lot of prediction.
Yeah.
Or even like a Calm Mind Blissey could have maybe done work, but
maybe.
I say that in very low confidence.
Yeah, absolutely.
But now that the sand is chipped out, these hidden powers are actually doing not enough. But I thought it would do enough.
And now it's up to Poliwrath at 35%.
It's up to Poliwrath versus Venusaur.
Universe, can he do it? Uh, no.
No.
He can't.
Good try. Good try.
He's very. That's a. I don't know. What do you think about Poliwrath shiny? I think it looks kind of weird. I hate that
Not
he
my
looks like
favorite
an
shiny.
actual frog. I don't know.
Trust me, I've seen some worse ones in Gen 3, so.
I've seen some worse shinies. Period.
Ooh.
All right. You want to talk about your set as we get into it, and we see Alakazam.
Oh yeah,
and
yours with Ethan.
Yeah.
So Ethan and I played in the preseason. Funny enough, and he got Metagross in the in that preseason draft and proceeded to be one of the only people to beat me. So he led Metagross that set, and I'm like, I'm gonna make sure that if he leads Metagross again, I'm gonna at least do a lot of damage. So here we go.
For sure.
First game, I just went, let's just slam it, see what happens. So
and Metagross
then he
is
lets him
down.
die, and then he lets him die. I was like, okay.
The HP flying to 50.
Yeah. Seeing that HP flying to 50 made me realize this is almost max physical defensive Celebi, and I got out of there.
Celebi,
Just got
and
out of there.
he's caught Ancient Power.
Yeah,
David is
now
smiling.
I'm shook. Now I have no clue what's going on
It's
here.
an SD pass Celebi.
SD passing with Ancient Power and Leech Seed? My brother in Christ, that's so cool.
And here's Lapras. We haven't seen Lapras in a long time.
Oh, that's because he just got him in the free agency.
Well, no, I mean, because
No, yeah, true. Welcome back, Lapras.
Welcome back, Lapras. It's good to see you.
We trade Toxic as a hello.
Yeah.
That's a greeting.
Yes.
And yeah, so he
There's
actually made a fun
Clam.
double here.
Yeah.
So I thought he'd stay with Lapras, but because he went to Clam, and I managed to get Jirachi in
And
here,
there
I
he
went, cool.
goes.
He gets to die.
Thank you, very cool. And there's Ninjask. We haven't seen Ninjask from Ethan in a little bit.
Yeah, it's good to see the friend
Kinda
back. And reveals to me right away he is banded HP ground, and I go, that's funny.
That is very funny.
That's very funny.
This
Which,
one,
I mean,
look at
you can almost
Jirachi.
assume.
Oof.
Yeah, Jirachi's doing its work today. It's putting in the work.
The
I definitely took a look at
Spencer.
that Ninjask and said, there's no way he's Baton Pass. I'm not even sure he's allowed to be Baton Pass with Celebi here.
No.
So I'm like, it's either Sword Dance or it's Banded, and I said I think I can take a hit from Banded, and if he Sword Dances, he dies. So
Oh, we're gonna see a boost. No boost. Very
no
sad.
boost. This Steelix does have Roar though, so I do not mind if he boosts.
Yeah, for sure.
He has
HP
only
bug.
he only
Yup.
has Ancient Power to hit me.
Yup.
So I will stay in and get Leech Seeded,
Mm-hmm.
or I won't because I actually kind of don't want to be seeded.
Yeah, no. Seed is not great because Celebi could definitely just be an ass.
And he is really fishing for the boost here. I'm not even sure why I'm toxicing at this point.
There's no reason. Like, I get fishing for the boost, but like, you gotta get Celebi.
Like, yeah, do a Swords Dance. Get the consistent boost, right? So that's
at
HP
least
Bug
make
Steelix. That does 50.
Yeah.
And then I go, oh, that's a problem. I'm going to have to boom that. But
Eventually.
yeah. Not today, though, because he dies.
Here
And
comes
interestingly enough,
Boom.
Ethan hiding his final Mon here. Hasn't yet revealed it.
Yeah. I think it's
Kind of
very
wondering what it was.
interesting. Well, are we gonna find out? Big leech seed there on Lapras.
Yeah, Lapras not
Absolutely
having
will
a
get his HP back.
yeah, big HP stat means yippee.
Thank
HP
you for
moment.
the souls. And Synthesis, I forgot he even got that move.
Yep.
And there he is.
There's the friend. So I kind of thought it would be Smeargle in the back at the time. That was kind of fun.
Yeah.
And obviously,
And
now that he's toxic,
you
we
can
just sit here and instead of me switching in Salamence for just, someone dies. He would die first.
Yes.
But no, have not run the Synthesis set all season. Thought it'd be a fun time to try it out.
Yeah, for sure. Now we see the double.
Yep, two
And let's go
doubles.
right for the SD.
Yeah, and I
to eat this
slammed him
HP
for not even 50. Funny. Funny little guy.
We see a little BP to Metagross.
Yeah, no,
See you
please
later.
don't do that. Please don't
And
do
there's
that.
Clamperl, who's definitely not the guy you want to see right now.
I'm actually okay with it. And then he revealed Toxic. I went, dang, I just can't get this little color in safely.
No one's gonna let you do that anymore.
Are you sure?
He's too annoying.
He's my friend.
He is your friend. I like that BP out into Speargle, very interesting. But you got sub, and he cannot go to bed.
And weirdly enough, you can transform through sub in Gen 3. I thought you couldn't.
That's neat.
Bulbapedia lied to me. Something patch notes. But there's one problem with this from Ethan's end. He has 5 moves in each slot.
Yep.
And not a lot of HP. And he gets burned.
Yeah.
So while you can do the transform miracle sometimes, especially when you get the funny select berry there.
Mm-hmm. You get the burn, no burn, sub down. There goes Jirachi.
Goodbye. You know, you gotta be careful with the limited moves you got.
Silverwind, are we gonna see a boost? No boost. See you later, Ninja.
I don't think yeah, it's good, buddy. So we are okay with. Oh shoot, we crit him. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, but I at this point, like.
Oh no, Metagross EQ would have killed me there for sure. Like I wasn't killing with a +1 fire punch.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah. But now we just simply, unfortunately for Ethan, he does not get to play the game for a little bit now.
Yeah, it's Jirachi time.
Was it? Because it looked like it was Steelix time for a moment.
It was.
Oh yeah, he had Roar. That's right, he had Roar on his. You know, big fan of that. I actually really like the Roar Lapras. That's something. I think a lot of us get too much into using status mat.
Yeah.
And it's seeing things like sub, especially, you know, JT sub, dominate, because I think a lot of us are spamming status and not enough of us are spamming phasing and spikes. But that's a different discussion.
That's because most people don't have good spikers and can't afford to do that.
Right. But here's Thunder Punch Clam, proving he is in fact not Defense Clam.
No. Judging by that 45% on +1 Jirachi, that kind of told the story.
Yeah.
Beforehand too. And Zam's gonna clean up. Bada bing, bada boom.
Bada bing, bada boom. Funnest guy in the room. It was a good fun trip, though. I think we had a good time.
Yeah, it's all built.
I was pretty impressed with the Ancient Power Celebi. It's a shame it didn't get to do anything because it never got the boost. But if it did, it would have been pretty funny.
Celebi, I think it's really cool. And Ethan's definitely
especially on a Metagross team,
guys. Yeah. Like imagine like you pass that to Agility Metagross. Bada bing.
Yeah, no, that is the end game. I think with that set.
There are very little things that can deal with it.
Stop a 2-2 Metagross, yeah. It's called missing your Meteor Mash.
Literally, yeah. But here we go. We got Tim and Adam.
Yeah, classic home matchup.
Very, very fun matchup. So here we go. We got Swampert, Jolteon. The Swampert is definitely going to be able to live in HP Grass. And Jolteon will die to Earthquake, so it's not as free as you would think. So Adam's going to get out of there. He's going to go right to Skarm, and he's going to start to pressure with Spikes.
Yeah, I'm saying that looks pretty free. But unlike Spikes, I actually really like that Toxic play.
I don't hate it. And here's a DD from Charizard.
Charizard? Yeah. Charizard on time
that was a little greedy just because, like, you know that Regirock is going to be here.
Well, I mean, I just like slamming the fire move on Skarmory and seeing what the switch in is, but obviously if you're afraid of like a Houndoom, I guess. But
here we see Mean Look on Umbreon, and now nothing will happen because he was Thunder Waved, so Synchronize kind of brought it back, and he could not Toxic the Regirock, which is very sad.
Yeah, honestly, I think a lot of times I forget about that being an interaction with Umbreon, where it's like, oh no, I got screwed over by myself.
Dude, Umbreon sucks.
He's just a hard mon to use.
He's just
honestly, he shouldn't. I don't think he should be in UUBL anymore. Like, I get that his stats and his stalliness make him too good for UU. But like the fact that they banned his mean look passing, like that was the whole reason he was good in Gen 3.
Yeah, it was a little strong though.
And then they said, no, Umbreon, you're not allowed to have fun anymore.
And we see Drill Peck Skarm. So
love that.
When we look at it, we see Toxic and Drill Peck. Usually you drop Toxic for Drill Peck, so that means there's either one of no Roar or Protect.
What if I told you there was no spikes?
Then no, I would yell at Adam.
Alright, well, good thing it did have spikes.
There's a Protect, so it must not be Roar.
Right. Personally, I really think the Toxic and the Drill Peck are really good this week, especially looking at what has made the field on Tim's team so far, which is, you know, Vileplume and Hitmonchan, two things that really don't want to be Drill Pecked, and then three things that really don't want to be Toxic right above it. So
here comes Lantern eating this Fire Blast, doing about 20%, not too bad, but gets burned because Tim can't
big
catch
burn.
a break.
Something I remember from this set when I was watching was that is actually an early bird Houndoom, not Flash Fire.
Yeah,
and I remember for a while Tim was playing around it being Flash Fire and thinking he was getting unlucky with sleep turns, which like was kind of. I mean, there is a little tiny bit of luck with early bird, but it really you burn those sleep turns so fast.
Yeah. Also,
like I think at max you can only have 2 turns of sleep.
Yeah, I think it's really funny. Adam's gotten so much mileage out of Earthquake Regice.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, it's
at the
perfect.
attack.
It's
Like,
perfect.
this Mon has really just put Adam's team together. It's exactly what he needed.
A lot of electric types that have been playing Adam certainly do not want to take, even though it is only base 50 power, like it's still an Earthquake. You know, that move's good.
Yeah, Earthquake, EQ is EQ.
But of course, Regice does have that 4 move pool syndrome. If he's using EQ, he's forced to either not run a status or not run explosion or not run rest. So he's on a timer usually. And here we see Synchronize again.
Yeah, but this is regular poison.
Yep, which is funny.
And now poor died asshole is not in a good spot.
Yeah.
Beat Mon butt. But Adam is really, like, this is, you know, we haven't really mentioned this, but Adam has been on every single turn.
Yeah, he's cooking.
Yeah,
he's getting lucky, and he's getting a little lucky, but he's also making great reads and getting rewarded for it.
He's made every play the way he's needed to. He's changed up his switch-ins to things to keep Tim on his toes, and has gotten good mileage out of all the switches. Granted, he just got the freeze. You know, he got the burn with Fire Blast. But, like, he's put himself in these positions where it's like, hey, I'm doing this, and you're going to have to be on the back foot the entire time.
Yeah.
Where then, once you get stuck in these positions, then it's like, then these things happen, and they're even more demoralizing.
And I think the problem with Tim's team, at least as I'm looking at it right now, is it doesn't have a bounce back factor. It needs to this team that he brought right now needs to be in the lead. And the only bounce I just saw was what he did for here, which was getting that aromatherapy, allowing Charizard to potentially pull off a sweep. So I do really like that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for Charizard, I believe this crunch is going to do a lot of damage, which...
It does enough.
It does, but he is in Blaze, so...
He's in Blaze, he's ready to rock, he's got a DD up. Here's Regirock, who's going to take...
Yeah, getting a little bit lucky on this Regirock paralyzation probably is what he... a little, I say a little, a lot. But that's what he's going to need, and let's see if he gets it.
I'm like 95% sure this Zard was overheat. I tried to convince him to run Blast Burn. It felt Blast Burn.
You said Blast...
Like
did you just say Blast Burn on DD Zard?
I did.
Are you crazy?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought it would be funny.
It'd be funny, but it certainly would not have helped him win that game.
No, but it would have been really funny to watch Regirock die to a fire move.
Okay, tell me, how much does that actually do?
I don't remember. This was a while ago.
All right.
Also,
I feel like you're making something up here. That's the biggest rock, you know?
Yeah. So, Tim now sees that this Skarmory does not have Roar. So, Lantern is incredibly free and can get up a sub.
Yeah, if it has a sub, but then you notice something really important here, and that's that. Well, no, look at the speed. If Adam wanted to Toxic, he could have Toxic. He was faster.
Yeah.
But then also turn 2, yeah, you do still have this Regice, and until this Regice is broken down, Lantern is not going to be able to do a whole lot.
Yeah.
So hopefully this Umbreon can do it, but we see a great Toxic here.
Yep. Toxic off on something with Umbreon.
Good. 36.
So we're going to see Meanlook, so Jolteon is now here, and if he BPs, that Meanlook is stuck.
Right, so all this Umbreon has to do is to start healing, and I really hope it has Protect.
I think it does.
I don't like that. No. No, you have to let your Umbreon get back to full health.
Yeah.
If it didn't have Protect, I get it, right? That's what you have to do, but you can't run I think you have to run Wish Protect Meanlook Toxic then. Like, it's just not able to hang on if you don't have Protect. Either that or run Moonlight, you know?
Oh, yeah, true. And here we see Bulk Up, which is...
Love that. Standard Hitmonchan, now able to do actually good damage.
46 is respectable.
And you can take the Drill Peck a lot better.
Yeah. We see the Protect. Are we going to see another Bulk Up? No.
Nah, that's a tough 50-50, you know?
Yeah. It's one of those where... But now he does it. I think
no, you don't Bulk Up this turn, no!
A little too late. Sometimes
that's okay.
You got to be on it to make the plays, and other times, you know.
I mean, he gets it. Like, he got it at the end of the day, but he's forced out anyways. So.
Yeah.
You know what? It's fine. It worked out.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say it definitely worked out. Anyways, here's an HP Grass, I guess.
Yeah, 100%
You know that
HP
Grass.
Yeah, we get to see back and forth. Vile
Good
Blue
seed.
being
Yep,
fat.
good seed. Yeah, it's like right here where I think Tim expects that he can, take this Fire Blast, put it to bed, and then heal up all the HP back. But the early bird just makes it so unreliable.
Yeah.
But he does get one turn. Whoa, 52! This thing's a little beast.
He's great.
Anyways, there's the wake up. Yep. Boom.
here
Like,
comes
was it
Charizard.
worth it? Like, nothing's to bed. Like, nothing actually got to bed, but you do got Charizard in a great DD +1 position. If
I mean, Blastoise is here, so it's not really.
actually, now more I think about it, Blastoise and Regirock are healthy in the back. That is a lot of that's a lot of weight for Charizard to pull. Speaking of OUs, what's Swampert's job right now?
Yeah, I was about to talk about the same thing. So, it's Flamethrower. It's not even.
No Fire Blast. Can't afford to miss.
The thing with I feel like Tim has been doing with Swampert. He's really been protecting it a lot because he's, I guess, afraid of HP Grass and everything.
Yeah.
So he's putting a lot of the pressure on, like, Vileplume is essentially a do nothing Pokemon. It does the same thing. Umbreon literally doesn't do anything. And then Lantern's been trying to get things going, but it can't break through this Regice, this core. And you know who does really well into all these guys? Swampert. Click an Earthquake. Now that Skarmory's gone.
Yeah.
Houndoom is low. Jolteon's toxic. Doesn't really want to switch in. And you still have, like, Umbreon, Sack. You have Lantern around. And if you could weaken out Blastoise and Regirock and get in a position where Charizard can just click buttons, not even at DD, just click buttons. You know, that.
Yeah, I do think Tim's team at least suffers a little bit from Jordan syndrome, where they're just a little too passive, and because of that, need to play perfect a lot longer than some other teams do.
Yeah.
Or at the very minimum, like, they have to commit fully to it, and that's the kind of team that once you lose that momentum, it's extremely hard to get it back.
Yeah.
Looking at this, we see Lantern coming in a pretty good spot here. If it just got toxic, it actually could go toe to toe with this Regice, but something tells me it doesn't.
I think it's
because you have to hit it once.
I think it's sub T-Bolt, Surf.
I want to guess T-Wave for Jolteon is my guess.
It's T-Wave for Toxic. I'm not 100% sure.
If it's toxic, then he has a chance. But if it, like, there's a toxic, unfortunately it missed. But...
Yeah. And now Swampert's in, and go for. I feel like Tim's, like, he's clicking Toxic a lot, and, like, sometimes you just need to click Earthquake.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Earthquake to Blastoise is a good chunk, right? It's Swampert. He's the biggest guy.
You know, he's a strong guy, you know, and then you hit that point now, you know, your damage is kind of out the window. And Tim sort of, sometimes he plays a little afraid, but Adam has really had him on the back foot this entire time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's like, there's a lot of, like, here we see Lantern switching out at 18%. Like, everything is super low.
Mm-hmm.
But, like,
everything's super low,
especially with the spikes down.
Swampert.
I feel like, you know, Tim has struggled a lot with opposing spikes, because once they come down and he can't spin, he's a lot more quick to keep his Mons alive than a lot of other teams. To where, like, all of a sudden, Tim finds himself in these late games where all his dudes are weak and one thing can just come in and click the buttons and win. I don't know, it's just a common trend I've seen in a lot of Tim sets, where he doesn't have command. Everything is just super weak at the end, you know. And then one guy just cleans him up. And
actually, it's kind of funny. If this Hitmonchan had Mach Punch, there's almost a world where this wins. But my guess is he doesn't, and we don't see it, so Blastoise no love.
Yeah, no.
Once you know, I need a crit. I need a crit. A very big crit.
You need super crit.
Like, you know, clean up the Regice, clean up the Houndoom, pray to God you can take the Blastoise hit and Adam sends him out last after all your leftovers have gone up. Something, you know?
So I'm going right into this game. JT has been cooking the universe right now with his, you know, his baton pass shenanigans, and it looks like we're in for another one. His trusty Spider is here.
Certified Hood Classic right here.
Certified Damage Classic. There is a sub Earthquake.
You know, I cannot believe this, man. I'm going to say this straight up. I cannot believe that JT has managed to convince David that Ariados is a good Pokemon.
I don't understand.
Like, you got to give him props that he managed to do that. Like, sure, it's got a niche. It's not good. It's got a niche. There's a difference.
Yeah. Anyway, you want to see a funny thing?
Yeah, I want to see it.
It's been a while. Actually, we haven't seen Endeavor Swampert yet.
Yeah, this might have been the first week of it. I can't remember if we've seen it before.
I know, like, talking to Tim, like, building teams, I keep saying, you should try Endeavor Swampert this week.
Yeah.
But, you know, it never really quite fits due to how, his teams are and everything. And here's Ariados, who's faster than Venusaur.
Holy crap, it is. How did that happen?
I don't understand how that happened. And Ariados is going to do it again.
I'm pretty sure he's base 40, right?
Yeah, it is, yeah. And here
it
it comes.
A certified, good. Honestly, it should have never happened. I'm sure Dante just brought a very bulky Venusaur, but,
No,
oh, wow, he's attract. Yeah, I gotta give props to Dante for running attract and actually somehow getting it to work. As in, it's not doing its job here, but he has managed to get it to hit the right gender every time. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, you know what? He's the love doctor.
He's getting the 50-50s every time.
Yeah. But see, the problem that Dante's run into is now he has to deal with dad strength.
Yep.
So we're gonna see if Berwack can one-shot Weezing. I guess we'll never know. He went out on his own terms.
Hey, that looks like a one-shot to me.
That's true. You know what? When you put it like that, it certainly is.
So JT getting a little silly here and going for Ancient Power turn 1.
He did it last time. Why not?
The turn went so fast I missed it.
Yeah, he clicked it, and it's funny.
I noticed I've been seeing JT really start cooking up in the lab lately, and to a really good extent. I think he's really grasped his team's strength and core. And even pulling out all these tricks against Dante, where he could have kept it more standard probably, but pulling out Endeavor Swampert, pulling out the fast Ariados stuff, it's fun to see that. As much as we may not call this set very competitive, I do really like the technology and work he put into his team.
JT is I've been wanting to try this strategy. It's Dante is trying his best, so a lot of these sets end up not as competitive. For example, we're seeing Thunderwave into a ground type.
No, we see that weekly. Don't worry, that's a classic.
I know. Well, just to illustrate the point. So JT's using this opportunity to try some new things.
Yeah, and I hope that everyone that does use the time to try new stuff against Dante tries it in other weeks too. I promise you, it's probably still good.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
There's a reason these things they have the sets on. I think Endeavor Swampert's actually on one of his OU sets.
It's a very good set.
Yeah. So it's not just a gimmick that we're making up because we're playing draft. These are real.
This is real.
And speaking of real,
thing,
here's a real thing that Swampert just did. It did 90-something% to Venusaur, and
now let's watch Ariados get a kill. No, sad.
Oh, come on, run Sludge Bomb on it. It has 90 attack.
It probably does, but he doesn't need to because he wants his trusty
trusty ability pass. Yeah. If David does play Dante, I bet we'll see this again in the future week.
That's true.
That way David can prove to us that he didn't make a mistake.
Get to +6. We used to say.
Yeah.
So Bolden Brash is here. And is he going to explode? No, he's going to switch out. JT's just going to sub.
Honestly, I kind of like the switch, and then of course we see the classic JT.
He's doing it, and he says, "You know what? I don't want to play this game anymore. I'm just gonna."
Yeah.
And we're gonna see hidden power, HP rock,
63. Yeah.
And
that's the game. Yeah. Boom, 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 boom,
boom, boom, boom. Big damage.
Boom, boom, pow.
Guy with the big stick.
Yeah.
So,
Sound of my heart, Matt.
There you go. Bada bing. Shout out to JT. Found out he's going to be a dad, so congratulations to him and his wife. Yeah, I think they were IV breeding or something, looking for shiny. Anyway, let's get into fun things. Let's talk about real shit.
Ooh, Bannon Hall.
I know we've talked a lot about how luck is a skill. This is the most skillful game of Pokemon ever played.
Ever.
So here's Jinx with a nickname of all nicknames. And we see Bannon bring Kangaskhan. And we've really seen Kangaskhan much this year. But for those who don't know, this is the best mon in UU, by far. And it has something that Hall's team can't handle, and that's a powerful normal type attack.
Yeah.
So here's Return on Weezing, and that's a full Fizz Def Weezing, and that did 33%.
And this isn't even banded.
Yeah. This is a strong.
That being said, I did find it interesting that Hall switched out immediately, even though he does have the speed advantage and could have hit Lovely Kiss. Guess he didn't want to miss.
So he does have early bird. So that's not.
Oh wait, you're right. He does have early bird.
Just wake up.
This is such a good mod.
Yeah, Kangaskhan is great. So now, I almost said Snorlax. Blastoise is going to bed, and Weezing's going to come back. And this Kangaskhan is really just raining terror upon Hall's team. Look at it, it's back up at full. It could do this all day. And Weezing's in a spot where it needs to blow up.
Or have Paint Split. Luckily, it has
Paint Split, that certainly helps. You got to get a Wisp, you got to get something. You got to get this Kanga off the field. And it finally happens. Here's Slowbro, and Pat has famously said, the Slow Twins destroyed my team. I have to check them with Weezing, which is funny.
That is a mood and a half as he sends in his probably best counter to the Slowbros.
Which is funny because if there was a Surf there, boom, gone.
Gone. Yeah, I think if Ben had a little more time, I think I remember telling him, hey, if you see Weezing on the field, just hit Surf. See what happens.
Yeah, but, use the scientific method, fuck around and find out. So here we are on turn 12. Bandon has just been killing it.
Oh yeah.
Everything that's happened has been big damage. Kangaskhan is really carrying the day. He's got a +2 Snorlax doing 58% to Blastoise, who is just snoozing away.
Oh yeah, Blastoise didn't switch out, so it's going to bed.
So Blastoise is snoozing. Here comes Weezing, and we're gonna see a haze. So
I sure hope we see a haze or a boom.
So sorry, Mr. Snorlax. It is done, and Weezing blows up, and here comes Doug to get rid of him, which is really cool. This is a really
I do like the tech. There is one problem with it. Both your physical walls are gone, and that Kangaskhan is pretty healthy.
Yeah, but you also think, you look at it, right? Like, Kangaskhan is at 56. That is probably Doug range.
Mm-hmm. So you're hoping that you can get it in and that it doesn't get that wish off, And we see extra sensory on Zapdos, which is a fun little move.
It is a fun move.
But of course, it does lead to this if you don't play your cards, right?
Yeah. So Houndoom get T-waved.
Wow, T-wave.
And a Spadef drop. So if there was any Baton Pass shenanigans going on,
not anymore.
Which there won't be.
That being said, if I'm in Band's shoes, I switch out and come in later. I don't do this Thunderbolt here.
Yeah.
But he does it. He gets in his Typhlosion.
We off a little EQ.
Pulls off a little EQ here. Yep. And then Jinx comes in and says on Trio, because I think Hall is scared of Endure again.
He is. He was, yeah.
And I like that we have conditioned the Doug Trio players to be scared of sending in their best counter.
I know, it's really funny. So here comes Jolteon in on this +1 Slowbro. That's not going to be enough for a KO. We see 66% powerful.
I forgot.
So sucking the wind out of the sails. Here comes Eggy. It's 36% on that T-Bolt.
Bro, that's resisted.
And then
there
you go.
You definitely just gotta let Slowbro die there if you want to bring in your Eggy, right?
Yeah.
Like you can't. You can boom later if you really wanted to.
And now it's looking like a Doug
old Doug time, yeah. Because even if Doug locked into Earthquake here, right? Like if that, if Slowbro's died or whatever, you send in the funny tree guy and he wins.
You can get it going. Boom. One sunny day, and that's all it takes. Critting Slowbro there.
I'm pretty sure that mattered, right?
I think it did.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure the crit there mattered. And then we just would have been like, does Jinx get the kill before Typhlosion wakes up kind of deal? Which the answer is probably no.
No.
But you never know.
No. Yeah.
Could have had like sub.
Yeah. So Pat definitely used
got a little fun in that game one.
The skill of luck. Getting the hacks when he needed it.
Oh yeah.
And we go into game 2. And Jinx has got to run away. And I love the yawn. The yawn pressure is really good. Blastoise, pretty keen on going to bed. So good night, Mr. Stoise. Boinkle Blast. Talk about Boinkle Blast.
Yeah.
What do you think a Boinkle is?
I pretend not to think about it.
I don't know. I'm thinking about it. So we
All
see
nicknames leave me in a world of hurt.
Yeah. so we see leftovers.
But we do
on
see
Typhlosion,
something interesting here. We see
down.
leftovers on Typhlosion, which is kind of a curse here.
Yeah.
We see a bunch of crits too, which is really funny.
Yeah.
All on the subs.
So sub down. Typhlosion does not get the boost, and Ban's like, ah, shit, I got the wrong item. This ain't great.
That being said, the flamethrower should still do a ton, and we do see, at least Weezing's down to 20, so you can send in your revenge killer on that now if you'd like.
Zapdos, pretty good one. Here's Jolteon. Is he gonna get paralyzed? No.
Oh, he's gonna get extra sensory.
You gotta click the damage. You gotta get rid of Weezing. If it blows up on Zapdos, you're in a really bad spot.
Yeah. So now you got a free T-Wave if you want to, but going right to Snorlax, saying, I don't really care what Jolteon does to me. You can't Toxic me. I don't care if I'm T-Waved. And Hall goes for sub. Knowing that Bannon likes to curse, and I'm kind of wondering what's happening with
curse
this.
Is definitely a good play there. And now we're seeing the BP into Blastoise.
The sleeping Blastoise and not the Weezing?
I was very shocked as well, thinking, oh, this would be a great time to, get your haze, get your trap. But we're kind of in that same position as game 1. And Blastoise is just snoozing. Spamming Core, which is interesting. I would definitely just click Surf and try to wake up that last turn.
Yeah.
But now, here we go. Here's Return. Killing. And here's Doug for the Grand Hurrah because Pat his 2 physical walls are down. And Snorlax is here. And Kikiskan is basically at full. So, you know what, Doug? Just go crit him. It's that easy. You know? You're right. And Ban gets his own crit, which is nice in retaliation. Here's Jolteon. He says, alright, that's cool, watch this.
Wow.
And how about a little HP? There's a sunny day. Houndoom comes in to wall this thing completely. It has to blow up to kill it, and it does.
Boom.
So these crits have really gotten Bannon. And here comes Doug on Kanga. And Kanga is going to win that exchange, but now
not without taking a little too much damage.
Is ready to go. Gonna finish off Kanga, and Slowbro is gonna have to do it by himself. So Jolteon said, "Okay, that's cool. Let's do the full para thing again."
Yep. Funny.
Luck is a skill, and
I mean, if you're gonna run moves that can do lucky things, just get lucky.
Secondary effects are just that good,
Something, sheer force. Something, life form.
Yeah. I gotta give props to Bannon. Like, he brought a good team. Yeah, he messed up on the Typhlosion thing, but he really just got crit off his gourd.
Yep.
Like, that was a hacks fest, He definitely demonstrated, like, hey, like, I deserve to be here. And sometimes you just become the Joker and,
Oh, I bet you know all about that.
Oh, I do. So, last set of the week, you may be thinking, hey, Matt, where's yours? And you already had your buy. Where's your game? So Atomic and I did not find time to play this week due to various circumstances, including wedding and falling asleep after work. Leave a like if you've also fallen asleep after work, knowing you have.
Oh, it's me, guy who's leaving a like.
Yeah.
But wow, look at our final game of the week this week.
Yeah. It's Aaron and David. Two buddies ready to play some Mons. Aaron known for having many fighting type Pokemon, and also very funny strategies involving the Selacberry item. So David has Tyranitar, and Tyranitar is really good because it puts up the sand and it basically just shuts off all of those dumb ideas, while also having to worry about the fighting types, but getting that sand is incredibly essential to a game plan. So here's Quillfish in the lead, and we see Fake Out through 16.
That's cool.
That's a lot of damage.
You think that, but Quillfish is like, you can never really know with Quillfish because you don't ever really know what his set is. He could be bulky, he could be fast.
Also, this Shiftry is angry.
He's angry.
He's pissed.
Oh my gosh, why is he so upset at me?
Who's to say? And he's so frustrated that
he gets poisoned for it.
And here's the speed, and Quillfish is ready to say goodbye.
Yeah. Honestly, a great lead for David there.
Yeah, David got everything he needed out of it. And here's Wailord.
Bro, that's big whale. Although he doesn't look too big from this angle.
No, he doesn't. You wanna? We could switch next time Wailord shows up.
Yeah.
So Raikou is paralyzed. Here comes Gligar, and it's just like I'm gonna call Mind up.
Yeah. Aaron, the kind of guy that lets his Raikou get hurt by Earthquake because he knows.
Yeah.
He knows that his HP Grass will do 60.
Yeah. Which is an interesting decision to do, HP Grass.
Yeah.
I guess you hit Tyranitar a little harder, but we see Subswellow.
We love Subswellow. Here's the trade pick. Sub, and you don't see lefties. Very highly likely to be that
so we'll
20 berry
set.
set.
And here's Wailord.
Ooh,
He's
Wailord.
here.
What's he doing?
Loves Wailord. Here's Calm Mind. Here's the hidden power. It did 20.
That's hidden power electric, probably.
Electric, you're right. And Will was just gonna say, you know what? I'm gonna blow up.
Yeah, this is fine.
Head it to 20. Here comes Jirachi. Jirachi's in a really good spot. That T-Bolt's doing a lot of damage.
Yeah, with the right roll, that could KO. So we'll see if David switches. He does.
And he gets out of there. Here's Zappy the Poo. And bada bing, here comes Jirachi with the big move. And it's gonna get T-Bolted, not T-Waved.
Yeah, I didn't really quite get that T-Bolt there. I also have to wonder if this is a potential speed tie between the two.
Yeah, it would have to be. Unless, you know, one of them was modest or
Yeah.
sort of thing.
Really
so
curious if David
this
Raichu
is
was
very
like that.
interesting. So we see Suicune is the switch into Jirachi, which indicates Tyranitar is not here.
Yeah, it indicates a lot of problems. Why?
So we look at Aaron's team, and you notice there's distinct lack of a fighting type that has been shown.
Oh yeah.
And we've also seen that Shiftry didn't have leftovers.
Mm-hmm.
And Swallow didn't have leftovers.
Hmm.
So it's two Pokemon that are going to take chip damage, while Swallow is relying on what is likely going to be Starfberry. Going down to 1 HP, clicking Endeavor and all that.
Yeah.
And your check to a potential Calm Mind Jirachi, there is none.
It's
So
Gligar.
it's a very, but yeah, you understand, like, you know, big fighting types, Tyranitar, very scary thing.
But even then, I don't know. Well, this is certainly not any better of a switch in.
Yeah.
So
Also,
I get that.
I'm surprised, like, you know, we see that Jirachi just won the game.
Yeah. A curious case.
Yeah. So, Aaron kind of won that. He just threw out Jirachi and said, okay, press the buttons.
Yep.
And David just didn't have anything for Jirachi. So, we'll see how Game 2 is an adaptation. You know, sometimes you realize, oh, I kind of messed up in the builder. But then we see the last is Ariados.
Funny.
So double Ariados.
Right off the bat, too.
He just comes in and dies. So,
yeah. See you
there
later.
he goes.
Yeah.
And there's Heracross, so we see Aaron's last. And coming into
Right as a fighting
Jirachi.
type.
So there is one, and you know, you also realize like Wolfish is pretty good check fighting types.
Yeah.
With this fun stat spread and typing and everything. And Jirachi is just gonna start Calm Minding. It's really no threat from this Quillfish. He's got Destiny Bond. But Aaron switches out, forgetting about the sub.
More just like forgetting that the only move that Quillfish has is Explosion.
Yes.
So he could have stayed in there and just waited for him to boom.
Yeah, so what's really funny is like Jirachi probably won the game on the spot.
Oh, easily, no questions
Like,
asked. If he just stayed in there and hit Calm Mind about 12 more times, yeah.
Yeah.
Because the minute Quillfish doesn't hit Destiny Bond and tries to do something funny, like Spike, you get to just hit the sub. And then he's forced to hit Destiny Bond or leave. But we do see Raichu get boomed by Wailord, and now the Thunder Wave's off the table. Which is pretty big.
It is huge. And also, another thing, David has not shown a resist to Explosion. And Aaron has been known for clicking Explosion with every Pokemon that he can.
Yeah, so far he's 2 for 2 right now.
So it's like one of those things where it's like, if you build your team without your normal resist on the guy that's known for spamming explosions, it's a little interesting there. Even if you don't want to use Tyranitar as like your big win condition, just having, hey, I have one switch into an explosion.
Yeah.
You know, and then I get sand, so I shut off the, Medicham reversal, which has terrorized a lot of players this season.
Yeah, I'm looking at Chimeco even. I'm just taking a look at his team. I'm like, if he's really scared of the fighting types, he does have.
Heracross.
Oh yeah, it's Heracross. Yeah, whoops.
Yeah,
I'm thinking
he
about
doesn't
that.
quite work.
I'm thinking about Medicham. They're not Medicham right now.
Yeah.
No, it's not much better.
Here's Jirachi coming in behind a sub. We see
Jirachi does 26. Goodbye.
Suicune is in a position to
do some damage.
Yeah. He's gonna do a return, bouncing off. There's a
That's
reflect.
A reflect too. Brutal.
And Swallow's doing 12%. And
yeah, a little funny here that I think he goes for sub twice to get the berry hit, even though he's not going to be able to pass it if David just hits Roar here and gets speed, which is honestly hysterical.
It is very funny.
Get in there,
It's
Raikou!
not really the one you want. Thankfully, David doesn't, and Raikou comes in, and he's ready. Zubity goes to bed. Good night,
Oh,
Raikou.
take a quick snooze.
You see Sleep Talk?
No.
No Sleep Talk? Raikou's
No,
just snoozing.
he needed Calm Mind, Thunderbolt, Hidden Power Grass, Rest.
And here comes Heracross, eating a Surf, getting into Swarm range. How about you just die, Suicune?
Yeah, where was the reflect?
Gone. We see Glengar is faster, takes out Heracross, and now everything faster than Jirachi's dead. I like going into Swellow there. That was really good.
I think Aaron... Oh, shoot, he showed off the Endeavor Tech. Let's go. Yeah, right here, David reveals that he isn't banded.
Yes, and he is Slackberry, and that turned the tides immediately, and then he was able to clean up the game.
Yeah, because if this thing didn't have a Slackberry and Aaron just got to hit return and then die,
yeah,
and then have Jirachi come in and hit Psyche twice, he won.
Yeah, dude, if that thing hit Quick Attack.
I know, 4-move syndrome, you know?
Yeah, so David got out of that one.
A good setup suit by Suicune. I sure hope that thing sticks around this game.
Yeah, true. So here we go into game 3. A very fun set thus far. A lot of shenanigans. Now we're seeing sub frustration.
Yeah, no, you're not allowed to get the sub up on me, and then goes right to Wailord.
Yeah, he says, "Alright, bet." I'm gonna HP Electric. And here comes Suicune. HP Electric doing 30.
Nice.
We're putting out a missing Pokemon report for Tyranitar, and we're gonna crit through Reflect and kill Suicune.
Nice. Everybody in the call is losing their mind on this turn.
Yeah.
I had never seen like the amount of people pop off in a Discord call before until that very moment.
Mm-hmm. And also that Reflect made it so that this guy was still slower.
Nice.
But Aaron just says, "Alright, I'm gonna blow up." Here comes Jirachi, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna do it." And he says, "Okay, watch this."
Yeah, Aaron puts his brain on, which I love here, and starts calm minding.
Yeah, realizing that David's like, "Oh, I have to get out of this situation, or I'm just going to lose."
And then reveals a move. He reveals that he does have Ice Punch, and that is disgusting.
98%. We see the T-Wave come off. Surprised that Raichu actually lived that. We see reversal, which is funny.
Yeah, reversals with leftovers. Not sure I'm about that.
Blaziken's gonna start going for sub.
Yeah, he's looking for a paralyzation for sure.
And he's not getting it.
Which I can respect this play. Because he knows that his Earthquake kills. Yeah, he knew. Anyways, hey, Swallow looks great.
Yeah, Swallow's looking like it's in a good spot. Here's a return, doing honestly not a lot to Aridos.
Right, but that's okay.
That's okay, we'll just crit it the next one.
Yeah, easy.
And here's Blaziken, and here's a return.
60-0!
50, Swallow lives.
Where's Rock Slide? Where's a fire move?
Where's
T-Tar?
Where is Tyranitar? So,
great question.
It was definitely a showing. David had a lot of ideas, but I feel like he's kind of fallen into the trap of not bringing stab moves like Blaziken.
Yeah.
Blaziken is good because he has fire and fighting stab. If you're not doing that, it's not a good Pokemon.
I also want to shout out to Aaron for actually thinking about his team this week. He said he put in the time to build his team, actually thought about what his opponent would bring, and therefore brought this. Now, granted, this team does not do good in the Tyranitar, but
not at all.
For what he did, he actually brought a team that he put time into building instead of just defaulting and just taking old teams or whatever. I respect that. Good job, Aaron. I'm glad you did that, and you did. You got the win.
And it worked out.
It worked out so well that I think everybody really had their day made, except for David. But someone's got to take that out.
Yeah. Sometimes it's just unfortunate.
Yeah. But David did bring a lot of technology, just didn't quite work. Got unlucky with the Suicune. Like, I believe if that Suicune didn't get crit there, he had a much better shot. He probably could have won that game.
Yeah. For sure.
So nothing against what he did. It just certainly feels like it would have been a lot easier if his best mon was here.
Yeah, for sure. It's a lot of those situations where it's like you put a lot of pressure on Ariados to carry you to victory. It kind of goes on the thing like we talked about a lot with like Ethan's teams in the beginning of the season, where it was just, all right, Ninjas, get him speed and do big damage. Hopefully, I feel like this was a, hey, I'm gonna do the Ariados thing and it's gonna work out. And we see a lot of Selakberry.
Yeah.
And it's like, we see, I'm going to get up hazards and explode immediately. I'm going to trade with you with Quillfish. And then I'm going to win the game with Suicune, and Suicune's going to do all the work. And I don't know what the hell this Blaziken was doing. Is it HP flying? I guess?
For what?
I'm assuming it was HP flying for the bugs. But, like, imagine if that was just, like, overheat.
I mean, you could just have Fire Blast, yeah.
Yeah. So it's a little an interesting team. It just wasn't the one. I feel like sometimes you gotta then look at the builder and go, okay, am I trying to get too cute with things sometimes?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe just go back to basics. Like you drafted Tyranitar for the sand. You have the sand. You have this powerful Pokemon. Even if it's not a great matchup, sometimes
even if it's not a great matchup, your opponent has Jirachi. Bring Tyranitar.
Yeah. Because, like, Jirachi doesn't have Iron Head. What's it going to hit you with? HP Grass?
Mm-hmm.
Choice Band.
HP Grass to do about, like, 30 or 50 after a Calm Mind. It's not guaranteed.
Yeah, literally. So, now, the moment we're all waiting for, is rank time.
Woo!
We now have a color-coded. So, blue is Sapphire Conference, red is Ruby Conference.
Sapphire Conference fools!
As of next week, we're going to start to talk about the magic numbers and how playoffs are shaping up. So look forward to that. And we'll have our first elimination and our first clinch. It's very exciting. So to start off, Brian's number 1. This is kind of a undisputable thing at this point. He's cooking. Myself at 2. I wanted to give it to JT. JT did play Dante, and he was experimenting a little bit. Kind of know how that's been going. But the teams up at the top, they've been here the whole season. We know who they are. They're great players with great teams, and they're doing well. Will with a nice win, moving up to 4. Finally getting that, like, hey, I beat another really good opponent, and I played well, and things went my way, and that's good. Atomic and I didn't play, like I mentioned, so he's chilling at 5. Team's still good.
That team's still very scary.
This is a set that will probably get played as playoffs push in. Atomic is in contention for the bye. So all those sets that have been forwarded will probably end up getting played just at a later date. Just being like, hey, let's make sure that we have everything lined up exactly right. Corey at 6. Corey's team's good. One little misplay versus Will, but he built a good team. He played well.
Yeah, Corey really only has like one loss that he can identify to, like maybe just getting beat. But like the other two L's are simply like maybe a little bit of forgetfulness in the builder or other outside circumstances. So he's totally got a better team, I think, than the 8-3 record shows. He just, got to keep him. He's got to be honest with his team.
Yeah. Hall's starting to really kick it into another gear. Yeah, he lucked into a.
He got lucky, but you know what?
He got lucky. Luck is a skill.
He's got 7 wins. It's lovely to see it.
Yeah. Bannon is in the gauntlet right now. This loss was the game just said no. Sometimes
it was a great matchup, just a rough week. He would like to pull out his next week win for sure. I'm sure to stop the slide, but every match is going to be. There's always going to be a challenge. So.
Absolutely.
Gotta just bounce back and do your best.
Yes. And then we got going into number 9. We got Ernest. Ernest was on bye. He's just finishing up the gauntlet. So.
Been pretty well in it too.
He's doing well. 5-6, almost at 500. Same with number 10, THT, who's definitely out of the gauntlet, and he's racking up wins with his new team. And he's showing the power of Tyranitar and using it really well.
Yeah.
Speaking of players that are starting to hit their stride, Regice was really what Adam needed.
Yep, and he's so happy to have it.
Yeah.
For agency, he's pretty good.
Yeah, I'd say like that Swallow for Regice trade was like the most even trade I've ever seen. That's like
a win-win for both sides today.
Trade. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. And Tim had a tough loss, but I mean he's still right there. He's one game behind.
One game behind the Ernest THT stack. It's definitely not impossible.
Yeah. And then Aaron got a big win. That was a season-saving win. So if Aaron wants to kind of push, put it all together, like he can make a run.
He also got his first Game 3 win, which is pretty fun to see.
That's true. We love to see it.
Hall 2 as well, actually, this week. So get that clutch factor, guys.
Yeah, there you go. And then Jordan 14. It's when you don't crutch on Blissey and Dustclops to help you when your offensive pressure isn't doing anything. I mean, we talked about how Jordan's team has kind of been during her set. But
yeah, I think Jordan still just needs to find an offensive game plan with the team. I see like individuals on that team. I'm not really seeing a coherent offensive strategy like I see with a lot of other teams. And then it's just like the defensive backbone is doing so much work that it manages to hold her in a few games more often than not. But I'd love to see a little bit of maybe like a little bit of team building that utilizes the other 4 mons some more.
Yeah.
Whatever they end up being.
Ethan's teams are fun.
Ethan's got a really good team now. I'm gonna be honest.
It's so much better.
It's so much better, but I think he's getting option overloaded because he's not used to having he's got Smeargle and Celebi and Lapras and Metagross. That's a lot of options on the table.
Lots of funny things to do, yeah.
So whether he, obviously his record's not too great, but I do think that if he finds a game plan he's comfortable with, he will be stealing wins for sure.
Yeah.
Just has to find what he wants with these top tiers of his.
And we get to the bottom. David is at 17 strictly because he refuses to bring Tyranitar 2 weeks in a row. Please bring T-Tar. You will be properly.
Yeah, this one had a principle, David. We said we'd rank you 17.
Yeah. But realistically, David, you're chilling at like 13. As of now, but this
no, he's 17.
No. You're spitting. You're spitting. Bring Tyranitar, you could go up to 13.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's our rankings. Our week 12 is underway. I have to go and play my set for week 12.
I want to go watch the ones that are being played right now. So
yeah, we're gonna go watch the gaming that we're gonna talk about next time. So that'll be fun. And until then, have a good day. Peace.